Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This morning, Chrissie Mayr was interviewing Royce White for 2 hours. 2 hours. So it's like we got a lot of politics in sports and culture and movies, especially the past few years. So especially in sports, for example, when did that start? How did that start? What's going on? Royce.
Oh, um,
And
so
where did this change? Because remember, Michael Jordan would be like, well, people, he would say what, like, Republicans buy sneakers too? And how have things changed? It seems like he was definitely a good example of an athlete who wasn't really forced to pick a side politically. Did sports change, or is more of a symptom of globalism or corporatism taking over sports? Like, what happened and when did this happen?
well, Michael Jordan's a unique case because he was the NBA for a while.
Was the
So
NBA.
his position
That's
was
right.
was a bit different, and his upbringing was a bit different as well. He came up from a conservative family in North Carolina, and so I think at that time, a lot of black people would have been right to criticize him, saying that Republicans buy sneakers too, because number one, when you're talking about social expectations of leaders, morals and ethics, the commercial should rarely come into it. And if it does come into it, it should come in down the trough. And Michael Jordan took a lot of flack from the black community for saying Republicans buy sneakers too. At the time, black people still didn't have a really good understanding of the Republican Party and what the political dynamic was. They were just um, disappointed that he used that line to get out of having to talk about bigger issues. And so, what I try and tell people today is, a lot of the wokeism has taken over professional sports. There's no doubt about it, and wokeism has taken over corporations, the corporate world, and the uniparty and the globalists and the anti-human transhumanists are all in on that train together. But don't be thinking that you want your sports and your politics to be separate, because the politics are never off and sports are politics. Okay.
Hmm.
And it's always been that way, whether an athlete was standing at the podium and talking about politics or not. The same people who decide the policy in this country are the top 1% of lobbyists that own basketball teams or that are in elected official positions who do the deals to use taxpayer money to build arenas.
That's
I
right.
mean, so we
That's
can't
right.
Okay.
be making any
Yeah.
weird assumptions that we want our politics and sports to be separate. I
That's right. That interview goes on for 2 hours. It's worth listening to. I like Chrissie Mayr because she interviews a lot of people, talks about a lot of things, does a lot of things. I like Royce White. He's a powerful voice, and he has a website too. I'll include some links in the description. Watch the full video. Go to their websites. I think it's worth it. That's why I wanted to highlight it. And there was a couple different things I really liked that he said. And I've heard him talk before a few times with other people. And so when I saw him with Chrissie Mayr this morning live on YouTube, I was like, this is really cool. This is really cool. Yeah.